Welcome back to Not Hardly Broken. I'm Terrence and this is Kenya. And we just wanted to thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing. We appreciate your comments and we just say keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. We just appreciate you guys so much for watching us. Not that we are experts in anything, but we do have some experiences that we have gone through, and just so appreciative that you guys would take the time to watch and listen to us talk about, different topics over the year that we have been doing this. And so salute to you guys. Thank you guys. We love you and we bless you and your family. But we just wanted to encourage you just for a moment. This has been a crazy, insane year. And we just want to encourage you to continue to finish out this year strong. We still have a few days left in the month of December 2020. It's been tumultuous and devastating for some families and people. And then it's also been, prosperous and a good year for others. And for us, it's been a little of both. We have, different experiences throughout the year. And it's been hard, it's been tough. We've dealt with the coronavirus this year.
I just wanted to get on here. I meant to chronicle my COVID journey, but I don't think we were of the mind to do that at the time. But it's a trip. My journey started on a Sunday. I felt nausea. And then on Monday, I woke up to dizziness, which was not for me unusual. I thought maybe Sunday I ate something, and Monday, I've been dizzy before in my history because of my infrequency with drinking as much water as I should. So I didn't think much about it Monday. But then I got the dizziness and the headache on Monday. I worked from home that day, and then Tuesday, on top of slight dizziness and still a minor headache, I started feeling chills, and then I started having a shortness of breath about 4 o'clock. I remember specifically about 4 o'clock that afternoon, Tuesday, and tightness in chest, shortness of breath and tightness in my chest. And it was Tuesday, I had a thought, but then I took some pain reliever because I also had aches, and I was thinking I was just really hungry because I hadn't eaten. So I'm still really not thinking much. So Wednesday, I kept pushing, and the dizziness wasn't there, the headache wasn't there. I still was a little chilly. And then later on that afternoon, I started feeling fatigued. I was so tired. I was so tired on that Wednesday. And I thought I was going to go and do what I normally would. But my body was like, girl, sit down. So I went and got a test on that Thursday morning because by then, Wednesday, with all of me thinking about the week, I'm like, okay, maybe something really is going on. Sure enough, so I took a test Thursday. I got the results on Saturday, but I still was feeling everything. The coughing had really become heavy and all of that. And so it just was running its course. But on that Saturday, so that was Thursday, I got the test, and on Saturday, I did get the positive results. So that's when we realized, okay, all of this was what we were hoping it wasn't. So I've been quarantining. The family has been quarantining. It's been difficult because we're a family of 8. And we, of course, are in each other's space at times. But what the children have been doing is they've been kind of staying out of our bedroom. And Terrence has been taking care of me, feeding me, doctoring me up, and all that good stuff. And he really has been doing a fabulous job. So what has been working for us, we always use ginger as a part of our health plan anyway. So ginger, lemon, and honey tea to break up whatever is going on in the chest, as well as just an antioxidant, as well as just a great immune boost. I've been taking vitamin C's every day, the tablets, I think 500 milligrams per tablet. I already was taking probiotics, so I think also that was an additional support. So I take gummy vitamins and been doing that as well. So it's been 8 days now since I've had no sense of taste or smell. So that doesn't make you feel good because you want to eat and you ain't tasting nothing. So I've been eating, but the taste hasn't yet returned. Yesterday I ate something and I could kind of get some good taste from it. Still not full taste. Like even now I don't have a sense of smell. I know what stuff is supposed to smell like, so in your mind you feel like you might be smelling it, but you're not really smelling it. I've been praying for that to come on back because that I'm not willing to leave in COVID land. So, yeah. So I came on to chronicle that, but then let you guys know, of course, as much quarantining and as much masking as Terrence and I have been doing, he is also symptomatic. So his symptoms really actually began on Thursday. While he was working, he started feeling his nose was running, and I asked him, and he said he thought it was the vitamin C making his nose run. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna give you that. So we didn't do nothing about that. And then Friday, I saw him blow his nose a couple more times, and I was like, And it was Saturday morning that his voice was changing. It was that heavy, deep voice. He had a heavy, deep voice, and I was like, And he gonna have the nerve to say, "You'll never find a love like mine." Barry White, I think, is it? But anyway, the one with the deep voice. Yeah. Oh, I bet you know. No, that was I know who that is. That's It's on tip of my tongue. It's not Barry White. It's oh, I bet you. Oh, baby, you're gonna miss my love. Oh, what is his name? Y'all will tell me. But anyway, so I was, and he wasn't feeling up to getting up, which he's an early riser. He be up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just on a hum for nothing. But anyway, so I was noticing that, and so I think he had gotten himself some tea. So when I got up, I was like, okay, something going on with you. So I go ahead and commence to doctoring him up just like he had been with me. We went into switch mode, Wonder Twins power reactivate. And so, yeah, I was still on my 13th day, but, you know, I was feeling so much better, and it looked like my brother was going down. Right now, his symptoms are his throat is on fire, and he's had some sweats and chills, which we know that is what's going on. I did not have the sore throat. But his throat is on fire. He has not been coughing, believe it or not. So his sore throat is on its own. But that chills, them chills. I had waves of heat and then waves of cold. Never feverish though. So don't get stuck on the fact that you don't have a fever, because I never did have a fever. And this is my 14th day. Still don't have a fever. He has a fever, but just wanted to begin to show you guys. This is ginger. I cut up some fresh ginger. Ginger root, honey, right here. Ginger root. You got to cut up the fresh ginger root. Shave as much of it. I shaved about a half because this started out about, a little more. It was a half, so this is about half left. So that's how much of it I shaved into my pot here, and I'm boiling the water. So basically, to make your tea, you have to steep it. Steep the ginger, and I got this from Terrence. Terrence is just he's so wonderful. He knows so much. And so I just wanted to come on here and just let you see the production at work. These oranges are for naturally fresh squeezed orange juice. Naturally fresh squeezed orange juice. And I can't really taste it, but it feels good. It feels really good. And it's just like putting vitamin C in your veins. Just like, whoo, pew, pew, pew. And I gave him some of that yesterday. He started feeling better immediately. Basically, you squeeze that lemon, press it down, shake it together, let it run over. Because lemon, that citrus, the citrus fruit is helpful in combating all of that as well and building the immunity and the immune system. So straight raw lemon, straight raw orange juice, raw ginger root. Because he's got a sore throat, I decided to give him some Ricola. We are quarantining. God has been faithful. I cannot complain at all. Just wanted to chronicle somebody's journey with COVID. Since we didn't start with mine while I was sick, I still look sick, I do look better than I did. I don't have my lashes on. Eyebrows are not right. As you can see, I'm wearing a mask. The children, they're staying in their own areas. We are kind of just staying in our bedroom, and of course disinfecting and all of that, cleaning the toilet between usages, the handle, spraying everything with bleach, the whole nine.
And then months later, our eldest daughter tested positive for COVID. And so, if you had experienced COVID this year, what this sickness, this virus is, and what it can do, and the detriments from it. But we're so thankful and blessed that God saw us through it. He covered us and He carried us through, and so we're so thankful. So if you have experienced COVID this year personally, or know someone who has, just give a moment to give God honor, give Him thanks for, covering you and carrying you through, because it could have been worse. We know some families where, it didn't turn out so well. But if you have survived it and you come this far in the year 2020, in the month of December, and you're COVID free the whole year, or you've experienced it and you've made it through, just acknowledge, God in this moment, in this time, that He has seen you through.
Yeah. And it's been a really good year. I do agree with Terrence that it's been up and down, but I think depending on perspective, we can see this as a great year of learning. There's been a lot of new insight that has come that I don't know would have happened had we not been a part of this year. The whole world had to shut down, and we've never experienced that, where the playing field had been leveled out for everyone. And what we weren't able to understand about someone else's life, we now understand. And what we didn't think, we now get more understanding and knowledge about. So it's just been pretty miraculous to see it kind of unfold the way it has. Virtual learning. I mean, all the kids at home learning on the computer.
With both of us working from home as well.
Right.
And so, just grateful that, we've had that option. Our kids were able to stay home and to learn virtually. My wife and I were able to stay home and work virtually. It's been a blessing. A lot of people, essential workers out there, salute to you that you had to go out day in and day out, to work, and how valuable your service is, how valuable your occupation is to us. And so that's what the pandemic taught me, is how to slow things down and to appreciate the small things, to appreciate the things that we just take for granted.
Yep.
And like my wife said, the whole world shut down. The whole world had to go home, and it caused a lot of anxiety to some people, to some families, to some couples, especially with couples that really weren't talking, and you were forced to talk. You were at home all day, every day. You couldn't go anywhere. And so I know that caused some type of conflict, anxiety.
Yeah, shout out to KHB Conflicts.
Yeah, exactly. And it caused arguments to happen, and maybe even, physical confrontations, that may have led to domestic violence, because it just
being that close together,
together all the time, on top of each other, even. But I'm thankful that we had that time to shut down and shut in, because I learned a lot, not only about myself, but about my children. We can get so bogged down with work. I know that I can.
Me too.
Stressing and trying to get ahead and trying to, make sure that you provide for the family, that you miss those little small moments with your children. And I feel like I still do, but I feel now I catch more of those times and those events more than I did before. And so I'm grateful for the slowdown of the pace. I'm grateful for everyone to be in one place, and I can keep my eye and kind of manage things a little bit more and monitor, my wife and our relationship, and monitor, our children. And so, we've had, game nights, and we have movie nights. Don't do it that often, even though we're in the same house, but it's more often than we did. And it's just fruitful, for us to be together. So, the pandemic has caused some to, take a downturn, cause a spiral effect, and cause some type of disasters. But for us, it caused us to thrive. It caused us to appreciate each other more. It caused us to appreciate what we have more, and to, support those that don't. And so, what we want to do is we want to finish this year strong. We had many plans, and for our lives at the beginning of the year, and things that we wanted to see come to pass, and they were halted because of the pandemic. But what it showed us is that even though some of those goals weren't reached or met, we appreciated where we were. We appreciated the present and the gift that we have now, which is everyone being together and being able to feel, to touch, to sense what's going on, with my wife, with my children. And it's just been a blessing. So it really caused us to thrive emotionally and mentally, because all of those things that I wanted to have come to pass, they're material things. And they're always going to be there, and we'll always have opportunities to get those material things. But one thing you won't be able to get back is time with your children, time with your wife, time with your family, and the ones that you love and support. And so let's be mindful of that as we finish out this year strong. There's still time to get those material things before the end of 2020. God is a man that can do the impossible. So it doesn't matter how many days that are left, only if you believe God that he can do the impossible, and that whatever you want, just believe that it will happen, and it will happen.
Absolutely.
So again, thank you for tuning in and watching Not Hardly Broken. Stay tuned for some of the other videos and topics that we're going to release very soon. We just want you to stay on the ready. Hit the bell for future notification, and you'll be notified about those videos. Exciting year coming up ahead. We're just ready to get going. We love you. We salute you. Thank you, guys.